It is episode 3 of my Finding Art Style Again challenge thing that I'm doing, and someone recommended a channel to me, and I think it's called Proco or Proco, I'm not really sure. But yeah, they're a channel, and I think I literally just had like a little glance and I was like, oh my god, this is awesome. So we're going to be looking at the channel together in this video. But I think it might be a collab channel potentially, or it might just be one person, but it's got loads of videos full of art tips and they look really, really, really good. So I'm going to be kind of following one of their videos today and maybe a few of them, and yeah, that's what we're going to be doing, and it'd be really cool if maybe you join me. So get your sketchbook out and pencil and yeah, let's go. My camera keeps falling, so I'm guessing that you just have to be here. I'm very sorry. The first video that I want to watch is about making your art and your sketches not so stiff. Has been a reoccurring theme. So this video is called 2 tenths with your sketches, here's how to stay loose. And yeah, no, it's definitely what I need. Turns out it is one person, and says that you should push gestures and be more expressive and dynamic with shape language. Basically, he mentioned was something called a snowman effect that I had never heard before in my life, and it is where things are stacked on top of each other in just one straight line. And it's not very interesting to look at. It's just like, you know, a snowman. Snowman's great, but only when it's made of snow, because you're like, wow, that's snow. It's not like a dynamic figure, unless it is, because that's pretty cool. But yeah, I hadn't heard that phrase before, and I think I do that a lot. So no more snowmen. This is also very summarized, but he basically says to add a curve. If you've got a snowman, add a curve. Be loose, add curves. It's difficult because he is doing animals, but I'm sure I can apply. Sorry, I'm sure I can apply the same things to humans. Okay, he said something interesting as well, and I have heard this a lot before, and I'm sure everyone has heard this a lot before, but just don't get hung up on details. Just make a blob and work around the blob, because then you'll have the flow, you'll have the energy, and you won't get like hung up on anatomy, basically. So yeah, he said to make the blob of the shape and then kind of chisel it out to then add anatomy. And that, yeah, that's gonna be fun. To be a kind of like a perfectionist and not draw exactly what I think I should be drawing. It'll be fine.
So hopefully that was a good example for you.
Also made a point about getting the flow and energy right without committing to small shapes. I wanted to focus on the word committing. I watched a video recently about an artist and talking about wasting time on sketches and stuff that you're just not going to complete because you feel like you can't save it and you've wasted time. The artist that I watched made a good point that if you are dedicated to something and if you are learning a skill, you cannot waste your time because, you know, you're still learning. It's kind of like The Sims. I've been playing a lot of The Sims, so everything is The Sims right now. It's kind of like The Sims, you know, when they're like tinkering with stuff and you can see their bar going up? You're basically building your bar. So if you feel like you've started a drawing and you're just not going anywhere with it, and you've committed to this drawing and you've committed lots of time to the drawing and you're just not going to finish it, you're like, oh, I hate this so much, I can't do it. You haven't wasted any time because, you know, your bar is higher than it was when you started. So that's fine. But also, going back to committed in this guy, you avoid wasting time if you don't commit to the tiny little details. And if you draw out a pose and you're like, okay, yeah, this is great, and then you want to start doing the tiny details, and you look at it and you go, actually, hold on, I don't like this anymore. You didn't spend loads of time on it, and you won't feel like you've wasted time. Again, you haven't, but you won't feel like it because you didn't commit, basically. That was interesting to me. So he seems to do activities for maybe his patrons or for his Discord server. I'm not too sure. Again, I've only watched one video. And then they send them in and then he chooses to interact with them, maybe critique them, fix them, you know. And so I'm going to be doing some of these challenges. He, again, is using a penguin, but he separated the penguin into three volumes. I don't know how you do that with a human. I don't know how many volumes a human has. Oh my god, it's probably in the last video. I should probably know this. But to separate the body into so many halves that you focus on, and those halves to be on either opposite or different angles to make it a more intricate, more dynamic pose. Done it with a penguin, and it's 3. And he's got the bottom half facing the left, and then the middle, like the neck, going to the right, and then the top is just going straight up. He uses the word exploring quite a lot, and I think what I do with sketches is I make a sketch that I'm like, okay, this is what I see in my head, I'm going to put it on paper, boom, I've done it, great, good me. He seems to go further. Even when he's got this image in his head, he pushes it and pushes it and pushes it. And you can always go back. You can always rub out and go back, or if you're on the digital, you can always Control Z. I think I'm so scared of losing the perfect piece that I've had, or I don't know, changing what I already think is perfect. Because I'm so stressed out of things being perfect that why would I change something which is already, perfect in my head. But yeah, even when he's happy with this sketch, he's like, I'm gonna push it even more. And I'm like, what are you doing? It's already fine. But then he makes really cool things, so I've gotta keep pushing, even when I think I'm done. Which, in Line of Action, when there were like S curves and C curves, he's got an S curve in this picture. He has mentioned that the actual body, the full body itself, is an S curve, and so to make the image all come together, even the arms are gonna be in that S curve as well. Not like he's gonna have, snake arms. They're following the pattern and the direction of the curve. And that's something I wouldn't have thought of doing. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of any of it, but specifically this one. I really do wish he was doing a human. Hopefully he has videos with that. I'm sure he does. I don't know how I missed this channel. I've never heard of this guy in my life. I'm sure he's got videos with humans. He does seem more of a animal character designer, but that is just from my brief knowledge. I'm sure he's done loads, and I will get to them. I will. Very, very cool. Okay, so the video has ended, which means I'm going to start with the challenges and remembering all of the tips that he has bestowed upon me. So I kind of merged both of the challenges into one, and I decided that I was going to draw Jinx from League of Legends or Arcane. This is the Arcane design. I was going to draw her twice, and then I would try and draw her, I guess, in my own style, and also trying to use the tips that I learnt. However, in the final piece, I don't think I used any of them really. I mean, I didn't make her a snowman. Or maybe I did. It kind of looks like I did. But you'll figure out as I get there. And I don't think it was that I didn't learn anything. I think it was that I was a bit burnt out because I'd already done 2 pieces by that point. So I'll probably try and draw her again in a few days, and I will post that to my Patreon. And so if you want to see it, then the Patreon is in the description. So I will do that. And then, yeah, I should probably get a lot better result than I did. But I'm really proud of the 2 drawings of Jinx that I did. And this is the first one. And yeah, I did the first one, I think, in 10 minutes. The second one in half an hour, which is kind of record timing for me. Usually I take a lot longer. And so I definitely think that I've learned a lot from this series. And we're only on episode 3. I've learned to simplify art a lot more and kind of not take it so seriously. So adding squiggles where there doesn't need to be detail and stuff like that, because I couldn't really register it before this series. Everything had to be detailed. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a good drawing in my brain. Whereas you see that I've just scribbled her top, and you can tell it's her top, and I've scribbled her hair, and you can tell it's her hair, and it just adds life to the drawing rather than looking bad. And I think there is a difference between artistically scribbling and just scribbling. I mean, I don't know, that could sound really pretentious, but I think you could look at the first drawing and still be like, oh wow, yeah, cool, that's Jinx, and I'm really proud of it. So it must mean that it's not just random scribbles. And the same with the second one. It's a lot more of a sketchier style than I usually do. But yeah, I'll see what you think. I just want to say a quick thank you to the YouTube channel Coloured Someone for recommending this channel to me. Thank you so much. Oh my god, I literally had no idea this channel existed, and this whole video is because you commented that, and that was really, really, really cool, so thank you. And if you have any suggestions for this series, then please comment because it super helps me. The next one, I'm planning to do something a bit interesting that I don't think has been done before. I mean, it's fine if it is, it's just funny, and I think it'll be a funny challenge. And I will definitely be doing colour theory, so depending on how I feel, colour theory will come first or the funny one. But yeah, I'm really excited for both. And I've never done colour theory before. I mean, I kind of dabbled in it. Like I did a small art class when I was younger, and my teacher desperately tried to teach us colour theory, but we were just like, huh? What? I mean, I was like 9, so I don't know. Maybe even younger than that actually. So it didn't really stick. And I just know what colours mix together basically and wing it majority of the time. So yeah, I'm gonna learn colour theory and I'm gonna watch some videos on that, and I'm gonna bring you along with me. So yeah, we're gonna finally delve into colour theory at some point. And here is my own drawing of Jinx. I tried not to look at the top 2 pictures because I didn't really want to use a reference. I just wanted to use my imagination. But yeah, it's still quite clunky, still chunky. You know what I mean? I think it's the jaw mostly, but I'm still proud of it. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'm pretty proud of these. Maybe not this one. So yeah, I will upload the final picture to Patreon. If I do it, I really hope I do it, but obviously I'll let my patrons know if I do it. But yeah, if you want to see exclusive doodles, videos before they're out, then definitely go to my Patreon. I think any level that you join, you'll have access to them. I do need to update my Patreon as well, so there will be some cheaper tiers because I'm looking at them, I'm like, what was I thinking when I made it? So yeah, I'm gonna redo all of that. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.